From the muddy battlefields of 1940 to the deserts of North Africa, this is the complete arsenal of French armored combat vehicles used in World War II. 25 fighting machines that defended the Republic, from legendary WWII veterans still holding the line to revolutionary cast armor designs that outclassed their German opponents. This is every French tank, armored car, and tracked combat vehicle that saw action in the Second World War. Light infantry tanks. Renault FT-17, the grandmother of modern tanks. This World War I legend pioneered the rotating turret layout still used today. Over 3,700 were built, making it the most produced tank of the First World War. Remarkably, 945 FT-17s were still in frontline service in May 1940, guarding airfields and bridges. Armed with a 37mm gun or machine gun, crews called it reliable but hopelessly obsolete against modern Panzers. Renault NC-27, the export evolution. This modernized FT variant served with French colonial forces in Asia and Africa. Built from the mid-1920s into the early 1930s, the NC series featured improved engines and better suspension. The cast turret mounted a 37mm gun. Several hundred equipped colonial garrisons, providing mobile firepower where more modern tanks couldn't reach. Renault R35, France's most numerous tank. A total of 1,540 units rolled off production lines between 1936 and 1940. The 10-ton R35 featured 43mm cast armor, exceptional protection for its class. Armed with the short 37mm SA-18 gun, it was designed for slow infantry support. By May 1940, 21 battalions fielded 945 R35s. Thick armor proved valuable, but slow speed and weak firepower left crews disadvantaged. Renault R40, the improved variant. From early 1940, Renault implemented major upgrades, creating the R40. A redesigned suspension with 12 road wheels replaced the troublesome rubber system. The longer 37mm SA-38 gun gave genuine anti-tank capability. Only 145 R40s were completed before France fell, equipping 2 battalions and the Polish 10th Armored Cavalry Brigade. Too few existed to impact the campaign. Hotchkiss H39, the cavalry's choice. Hotchkiss built 400 of these light tanks between 1936 and 1938 for cavalry reconnaissance. The 11-ton H35 used cast armor bolted together with 40mm maximum thickness. The APXR turret housed the short 37mm SA-18 gun. A 78-horsepower engine gave 28 kilometers per hour, though steering proved notoriously difficult off-road. 2-man crew and respectable armor made it adequate for scouting. Hotchkiss H39, the production standard. Starting in 1938, Hotchkiss introduced improvements, creating the H39. A more powerful 120-horsepower engine, thicker armor, and from April 1940, the longer SA-38 gun as standard equipment. Approximately 800 H-39s were produced through June 1940. The H-39 equipped battalions in France's 3 armored divisions alongside Char B1 tanks. Germans captured at least 550 Hotchkiss tanks and used them throughout the war. FCM-36, the futuristic failure. Only 100 of these innovative tanks were built between 1936 and 1938. The FCM-36 was revolutionary, featuring welded armor and dramatic sloped plates foreshadowing future tank design. A 37mm SA-18 gun armed the small turret. The 12-ton tank used a 91-horsepower diesel engine. Despite innovative features, mechanical unreliability and the weak gun limited effectiveness. 2 battalions operated FCM-36s during the Battle of France. Medium tanks. Renault D1, the early battle tank. Development began in the 1920s, resulting in the D1 entering service in 1931. Approximately 160 were built through 1935. The 14-ton D1 featured a 47mm SA-34 gun in a cast APX turret. Armor reached 40mm maximum thickness. A 3-man crew operated the tank. By 1940, most D1s served in North Africa or training roles. Mechanical fragility plagued the type. Renault D2, de Gaulle's command tank. An improved D1 design, the D2 entered production in 1935 with about 100 built by 1940. The 19.75-ton D2 featured thicker armor at 40 to 45 millimeters. The APX turret with 47mm SA-34 gun armed the type. A unique second turret carried radio equipment on command variants. The D2 notably served with Colonel Charles de Gaulle's 4th Armored Division during counterattacks at Montcornet in May 1940. SOMUA S35, the best medium tank of 1940. This 19.5-ton masterpiece represented French tank design at its finest. Built from 1936 to June 1940, approximately 430 S-35s equipped France's mechanized divisions. The cast hull and turret provided excellent ballistic protection with 56mm armor. The 47mm SA-35 gun could penetrate any German tank at combat ranges. Powered by a 190 horsepower engine, the S-35 reached 40 kilometers per hour, making it genuinely fast. Heavy tanks. Char 2C, the land battleship. The largest operational tank ever built, the 2C weighed 70 tons and stretched 10.27 meters long. Only 10 were constructed between 1917 and 1921. Originally designed for trench warfare breakthrough, these monsters were obsolete before completion. The hull-mounted 75mm gun and turret machine gun provided firepower. An 8-man crew operated the behemoth. By 1940, the 10 2Cs served primarily propaganda purposes. Char B1, the original breakthrough tank. Development finally produced the B1 in 1935, with 34 vehicles built through 1937. The 28-ton B1 featured a hull-mounted 75mm howitzer for fortifications, plus a 47mm SA-34 gun in a rotating turret for anti-tank work. Maximum armor reached 40 millimeters. The hull-mounted 75mm required the driver to aim by steering the entire tank, a cumbersome arrangement. Char B1 BIS, the most powerful tank of 1940. From April 1937 through June 1940, 369 B1 BIS heavy tanks were delivered. The upgraded B1 BIS weighed 31.5 tons with 60mm armor, making it nearly impenetrable to German anti-tank guns. The hull-mounted 75mm and turret-mounted 47mm SA-35 gun could destroy any enemy tank. On May 16, 1940, Captain Balot's Ur destroyed 13 German Panzers, taking 140 hits without a single penetration. Cavalry Reconnaissance AMR-33, the Speed Scout. Renault developed this fast reconnaissance tankette in 1933 for cavalry scouting. Approximately 123 AMR-33s were built between 1934 and 1935. The tiny 5-ton vehicle mounted either twin 7.5mm machine guns or a 13.2mm heavy machine gun. The 84 horsepower engine gave impressive 55 km per hour road speed, making it one of the fastest French tracked vehicles. AMR-35, the improved Scout. Renault produced approximately 200 improved AMR-35s between 1936 and 1940. The redesigned suspension and more powerful engine increased reliability while maintaining 55 km per hour speed. The AMR-35 came in two variants, Type ZT with a 7.5mm machine gun and Type ZT2 with a 13.2mm heavy machine gun. The AMR-35 equipped reconnaissance squadrons in mechanized divisions. Cavalry combat tanks, AMC-34, the prototype cavalry tank. Only 28 AMC-34s were produced by Renault in 1935 as an early cavalry combat tank. The 10-ton AMC-34 mounted a 25mm or 37mm gun in a small turret. Armor reached 25mm maximum. The 120-horsepower engine provided 40 km per hour. The AMC-34 served briefly before being superseded by the improved AMC-35. AMC-35, the cavalry fighter. Renault built at least 57 AMC-35s between 1936 and 1940. The 14.5-ton AMC-35 represented a significant improvement. Most importantly, the larger APX turret accommodated 2 men, solving the critical commander overload problem plaguing other French tanks. The 47mm SA-35 gun provided genuine anti-tank capability. Though produced in limited numbers, the AMC-35 demonstrated the advantages of proper crew arrangements that came too late for widespread application. Armored cars. Panhard 178, the definitive French armored car. Approximately 1,200 of these excellent four-wheeled armored cars were produced from 1937 through 1940. The 8.3-ton Panhard 178 featured modern 4x4 drive, providing excellent mobility. The APX turret carried a potent 25mm SA-35 autocannon. The 105-horsepower engine drove the wheels to 72 km per hour. Fast, reliable, and well-armed, the 178 was highly effective. Germans captured hundreds and used them throughout the war. Panhard AMD-35, the early reconnaissance vehicle. Approximately 60 AMD-35s were built in the mid-1930s. This four-wheeled armored car weighed 5.5 tons with 13mm armor. Early vehicles mounted a 13.2mm machine gun, but the improved ZT2 variant received a 25mm anti-tank gun. The 85-horsepower engine gave 62 km per hour. The AMD-35 equipped cavalry reconnaissance squadrons, providing fast, mobile scouting capability. Panhard 175, the colonial armored car. This heavier variant served primarily in French North Africa. Based on the Panhard 165 design, the 175 featured improved armor and armament for colonial duties. The TOE variant was configured for overseas service. Mounting a 37mm gun or 25mm autocannon, the 175 provided mobile firepower for colonial forces. Several dozen served with Chasseurs d'Afrique battalions, fighting during Operation Torch in November 1942. Laffly 50 AM, the colonial scout. 50 of these six-wheeled armored cars were built in the early 1930s for colonial service. The Laffly 50 AM featured a 37mm gun in a small turret. The 6x6 drive system provided good mobility in rough colonial terrain. These vehicles served in Morocco, Algeria, and other French territories, providing mobile firepower for colonial garrisons. Laffly 80 AM, the White Laffly. Another colonial armored car, the Laffly 80 AM, earned its nickname from white-colored variants serving in North Africa. A unique feature was a rear-facing machine gun position, allowing fire during retreats. Armed with a 37mm gun and multiple machine guns, the 80 AM equipped colonial cavalry units. These vehicles saw limited action during the 1940 campaign, but later fought during Operation Torch. Citroën Congressa P28, the half-track armored car. This unique vehicle combined a wheeled front axle with tracked rear propulsion. The Congressa system providing excellent cross-country capability. Approximately 20 P28s were built in the mid-1930s. The 4.9-ton vehicle mounted a 37mm gun in a small turret. The half-track configuration gave mobility rivaling fully tracked vehicles. The P28 served with reconnaissance units, though the complex drive system required extensive maintenance. Self-propelled guns. Laffly W15 TCC, the improvised tank destroyer. Facing urgent need for mobile anti-tank weapons, France hastily converted Laffly W15 artillery tractors into tank destroyers in May 1940. 60 W15 TCCs were built by mounting a 47mm SA-37 anti-tank gun in an open fighting compartment. Despite crude construction, the powerful 47mm gun could destroy German tanks at range. The W15 TCC represented last-minute innovation under pressure. From the ancient Renault FT-17 still defending in 1940 to the powerful Char B1 bis that terrified German tankers, French armored forces fielded a diverse arsenal. The SOMUA S35 stood as arguably the best medium tank in the world when war began, while the Panhard 178 set the standard for armored car design. Yet superior individual tanks couldn't overcome fundamental tactical and strategic failures. French armor was scattered in small packets across the entire front rather than concentrated in powerful armored divisions. Most tanks lacked radios, preventing coordinated action. One-man turrets overloaded commanders who simultaneously had to command, load, aim, and fire. The Germans captured over 700 French tanks intact and used them throughout the war, proof of their quality. These 25 vehicles tell the story of a nation that built excellent machines but failed to employ them effectively, a tragic lesson in the primacy of doctrine over hardware.